Hadouken, Hadouken!
Nope.
Hadouken!
We are back on Raid, and we're going to go over my new favorite legendary champion. It used to be Trunda, and then it was Herndig, and right now it is Leoris. If you watched my video yesterday, I had 24 Void Shards, and I was talking about what I want, Siffy, and then I said Leoris would be great. I would love to get a Leoris, and out of 24, I don't know, just luck, so much luck. So we pulled him. We're going to go into Arena, then we're going to go over to the Tower 112 Hard, where everybody in that stage does a freeze. But we don't have to worry about that with Leoris if we play him right. And then we're going to go into Fire Knight 25. We're taking out Seer. We're going to put Leoris in there and do some fast runs with him. This guy is a complete unit. If you haven't seen what he can do, I hope you pull one. I really, really hope you pull one. He's got built-in Swift Parry, unkillable, just like Skull Crown. But for every HP lost, he gets a percentage of damage. When you talk about additional damage, it's huge. Anything in this game like Candrafon to where you do 40%, 50% additional damage, we can do up to 100% additional damage. That's way bigger than saying giving them 50 additional critical damage or 50 additional attack. We're talking about that overall big number, then 50% of that huge number. That's why guys like this, Candrafon and the rest, hit so damn hard. And with this passive, it's pretty nutty the kind of damage he can do. His basic ability hits 2 times. We can do decreased defense, and then if they're under 60%, we can do 20% additional damage. This one is the fun one. If this champion doesn't have this skill on cooldown, we are immune to all of these abilities. I don't have a Siffy, so when I go into Arena, if there's a Torment on the other team, usually I have to bring a way to take away the freeze, or I have to bring an immunity set. I don't need that now with this champion, because he cannot be stunned, freeze, slept, provoked, none of this. And if there's a Siffy on the enemy team and she keeps trying to sleep your DPS, which she will, the lowest HP person on your team, she will go over there and try to sleep them over and over. It's so annoying. I know you've been there. He's not going to get slept as long as this ability is not on cooldown. And we're going to do this one first. We're going to make sure he does his A3 first. AoE ability. We get a chance to put up a weaken before we attack for 25% additional damage. And we have a 100% chance to try and fear. True fear, actually. It's disgusting what this guy can do. All of that together, let's get into the run so you can see what he is about. We have critical damage and savage on him. Critical damage here, attack, attack. Critical damage there with an attack banner. And his total stats are, come on game, 6,400, 278 critical damage. And these are the masteries right there. So we have Helm Smasher to get even more damage, to go through that defense. And then if we do want to bring in Mossbeard or somebody else, we have this here so we can get more damage in there. We're going to have some fun in Arena and go up against Tormin, Rhodos, Siffys, all these things that can really hurt us. Luckily, we have Warlord in here to put all of Rhodos' skill on cooldown. Otherwise, Rhodos can come in with his A3 and cut through unkillable. Cut right through that Swift Parry, unkillable procs that Leoris would do. Look at that counterattack with Leoris, hitting him 2 times, which we really need on Rhodos, and just destroying him. If Siffy tried to sleep us, no problems. If Tormin tries to freeze us, if a Hegemon has a stun set or a sleep set on, we don't have to worry about it. We do get locked out, and we do have decrease attack we can get put on us, but it's okay. We're going to see that in just a minute. With the added damage, like look at him right now. He just got a shield put on him, but with the added damage from losing all that HP, say he's at like 60% additional damage, it doesn't even matter if we have a decrease attack on. He's going to do so much damn damage. Now, I don't have a Siffy, so when I go up against a Tormin, it sucks because I have to have a way to remove it. You see how she's frozen now. But we don't have to worry about Leoris right now. We don't have to worry about being frozen. Rhodos would be an issue, again, if we didn't put his skills on cooldown, but we do because we have Warlord here. And then just like my DPS would have been frozen by now, just like everybody else is frozen. And you're going to see this on 112 of Doom Tower Hard when we go into that after all these runs here in Arena. It's so nice. It's nice that we don't have to worry about, we don't have to gear him out with Swift Parry. We don't have to gear him out with an immunity set. We just come in there for the damage. He just was going to do 61,000 2 times. We were going to hit him for 120 something thousand because his HP is lower. And Tormund was under 60% HP, probably doing an additional 20% damage with the additional damage of our lost health. Helm procs, Helm Smasher procs. I mean, it doesn't matter. Now, this is a tanky team, a really tanky team. I was kind of scared we weren't going to take out the Mortu Macabre. But no issues. Now, after he uses that ability, he just used the A2. We can be frozen, of course, because it's on cooldown. As long as it's not on cooldown. But we're going to lock that ability out when we go into 112. Tower hard, because we don't want to be frozen going through there. I was looking at the ability, and I was going up against Hegemon thinking, what could Hegemon really get me with? Just the lockout and just the decreased attack. Everything else, it won't matter. I can shrug it off. He'll be immune. But we did get locked out. But that's okay. Look at that. We got locked out, and we still came over there with 2 45k hits. Counterattack hits, and then we came over there with 2 hits on that A1. And having multi-hit on the A1 is really important for content that we do in the game, and very, very important against Rhodos. I mean, we are kind of doubling up with all the cheating because we have Warlord in here along with Leoris. I mean, we're facing teams that we've got to. I mean, look at what we're facing. We're facing all these other teams, like this Krisk team with Lydia and all the rest. We're about to face that one. This team isn't, I mean, I don't know what this team is, but the other teams, we've got to bring in the big guns. I mean, what do you want from me? But you can just see how much fun this guy is. So many fewer things that we have to worry about when we're in arena by having Leoris on our team. And he just brings the damage. I mean, we've got a guy that can bring insane damage, immune to all these debuffs, crowd control debuffs, can put up True Fear if he has the accuracy for it. It's just multi-hit on the A1. There's just so much going on for him. And he's a Void Legendary, which makes it great. Look at this. Look at this tank team. They're going to be, yeah, they resisted Warlord's cooldown. That's all right. We've still got that decreased attack up on us, but we're going to about to do 20%. No, we're going to do 100% additional damage. Maybe a little bit less now because we got a little heal from Warlord. Nope. No. No, we were down low then, really low. So we used the A2. Now watch how many times he gets frozen now. We use that A2. Everybody's getting frozen. Tormund is ridiculous. Decrease attack. Down to 0 life, and we obliterated that team. Doesn't even matter. We get a Trunda here. We could be worried about a Trunda. Again, we're putting their skills on cooldown, so Trunda could stun right then on her A1, but she can't stun him. He did not use his A2 yet. We only use his AoE A3. She's not going to be able to stun him. It just, I feel like it's a whole different game in Arena once you have him going up against a lot of comps. And if you especially don't have a Siphi and you're going up against those Tormunds, it's a lifesaver. So nice to have. You could play him in Ice Golem if you wanted to. You could really play him anywhere. The greatest thing about Leoris going through content, you can make sure that the enemy's going to attack him. He'll have low HP. He's void affinity. The other affinities you bring in could be strong affinity or neutral, and they'll go after him. And then he's got that built-in swift parry, so he's not going to die as easily. Here's 112. On 112, I'm going to lock out his A2. So he does not do it at all. And we're going to see how everybody gets frozen, especially on Wave 2. I'm going to speed this up. On Wave 2, they get frozen insanely, but there are Sir Nyx that can freeze on his basic ability. There are Gurgos in here that can do AoE freeze. And we're going to fight a whole bunch of Tormund. See, look at that. He just got beat so bad. He should have died, but he's got the built-in Swift Parry. And it's not a percentage to proc like Swift Parry. It's always going to proc. And then he can get that life back off of doing damage because of masteries. Here we go. Freeze. How many people are going to get frozen? Tormund's basic ability, AoE, could freeze us. Not on our guy. Now, right there, if everybody resisted his True Fear, if we brought him in here with some accuracy, it would be much better. There we go. We got the kill. We counterattacked. I mean, like, we're hitting, we're counterattacking, we're killing them. A lot of people do die right here, but it's okay. I mean, what do you want? We were just doing full auto from wave 1 to wave 2. Sometimes you got to get ready and be prepared for that next wave. But still, we're going into 112 Doom Tower hard. And we don't have to worry about our DPSer being frozen, which is great. All right, I'm going to skip forward. You see pretty much what's going on here. Let's go over to Fire Knight. We're going to be able to take advantage of his fears because their resistance is nowhere near as high as the Doom Tower hard, up at 112. So we're getting these true fears up. We're getting our Royal Guards doing damage. Leo's going to do that damage. When they do go to attack somebody, they're going to attack our Leo because the rest of them have infinity advantage. The Royal Guards do. And Leo's HP isn't low enough to warrant... His HP is a couple thousand higher than some of these Royal Guards. So if I wanted to trick the AI to always go after him, say the Royal Guards were green affinity. They might go after the Royal Guards because then they would have much lower HP, a couple thousand lower than Leo. So I'd have to lower Leo's HP if I really wanted them to attack them if our Royal Guards were not the superior affinity. But since they are, it's no big deal. They come and attack our Leo. I think you missed it while I was talking. I don't know. I saw a Vrask attack Leo in this run, I believe. And we don't have to worry about it because if he gets down to 0 health, he's still going to stay alive. He'll get that life back. It's just a nice feeling to know that if I take him into Ice Golem or I take him somewhere and something gets crazy, he'll still be alive. At least for that turn. And we can try to get him back up in health. Maybe he can do it himself on a big AoE hit when he's down low. Or somebody else can get some heals over to him. And then if we do face a boss that does a lot of stuns or something, we can always lock out that second ability and just have him do his basic ability, which is a 2-hit, decrease defense on it, and could do more damage if they're under 60% HP, more damage if he's under health, and then we can just have him do his AoE A3 for the weaken, for the true fears, and then he'll always be immune to that stun, the freeze, the petrification, all of it. So if we go up against, I don't know, the new Medusa lady that everybody's about to have soon from Hydra, we don't have to worry about her. Easy. Easy stuff. There's Leo, 2 minutes and 9 seconds, pulling in 1.8 million right underneath this one Royal Guard who is in all refresh accessories to make sure they don't go on cooldown. And he's in a relentless set. So he's taking additional turns and not putting his skills on cooldown as often. That's why that Royal Guard is doing so well. And Leo pulled in very respectable numbers. This guy is fun. I am loving it. Like the first time I played Herndig, I couldn't get enough of Herndig. Same thing with this champion. I hope you all enjoyed. Please let me know your thoughts on Leo down below. And I will see you all in a video soon.